Hello there, Stephen Barnes with Fire Dance Live. Basically, in the mornings over on YouTube, I have had a pattern of doing meetings in the morning. I'm wearing my father's robe, and this is just me waking my brain up in the morning. And sometimes I stream it live on YouTube, and sometimes I stream it live on Facebook. And I thought I'd stream it live on YouTube today, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, so there's a very specific thing I wanted to talk about, and I want to start with the notion that this entire path that I'm discussing starts with breathing, and it's breathing for a bunch of different reasons. One of them is that, I wrote some notes up today, and with your kind indulgence, I would like to go over those notes. So start just the concept breathe. Our emotions are created by our focus, our use of physiology, and the language that we use. If you look at the magic formula, then every 5-minute miracle break that, stopping every hour to do 60 seconds of deep, slow, diaphragmatic breathing can be used to accelerate your growth at the rate of 1% per week. You can accelerate faster than that if you start integrating things like the magic formula and the morning ritual. But that breathing is critical because it's starting to gain control of that mechanism that is out of control in you if you have emotional issues and you've kind of lost your way in that sense. So the first thing I would say is, number one, study breathing. It's deep, slow, diaphragmatic breathing. That's the key here. If you'll research on YouTube, you'll find breath teachers, not only just videos on diaphragmatic breathing, but there are a ton of other breath instruction that takes that and takes it further. There's an entire science of this, and I would suggest that you plunge into this. If you realize that your emotional state is critical for your progress, you have to get into the positive numbers here. There's just really no choice. You've got to do it. 2, study posture and facial expression. Stand, move, and smile as if you are feeling positive during these breathing breaks, which you can take every hour, right? At least 5 times a day. If you use your body as if you were depressed, you will feel depressed. If you use your body as if you feel dynamic and unstoppable, this is how you will feel until you stop behaving that way. And it will actually last for a little while afterwards. And if you keep doing this day after day after day after day, you'll start finding yourself changing, and you'll find that people are saying, hey, you seem to be more positive, and you won't even necessarily notice it because what changes is your unconscious competence. Okay. 3, study your internal dialogue. What are you saying to yourself? This is often reflected in what you say to other people. So your public statements and your internal dialogue should be kind of aligned, otherwise you're being dishonest, right? So if you follow the 3 gates, you want to be honest, and you want what you're saying to reflect what you're feeling and saying inside yourself. If you would be afraid to do that, then you need to ask yourself, what are you doing? Because your power in life comes partially from your ability to be spontaneous, to just act spontaneous, be spontaneous. This is definitely one of the things in writing, in the warrior arts, in love, to be able to be what you are and express what you are and to feel safe enough to do that. You may not be able to sustain a positive internal dialogue, but if during your breathing breaks you deliberately make positive statements and move your body in a way as if you believed it, even something as simple as every day in every way I'm getting better and better, said with power, smiling, standing erected, breathing like a champion, you're creating a tiny break in the ice around your heart. Okay. 4, focus on positive things in your past, present, and future. If you think there's nothing positive for you to focus on, you're lying to yourself. All of us were loved as babies, or else we would be dead. Everyone has things today that they would miss if they lost them. Your eyesight, your internet access, whatever. To not be grateful for those things now is crushing your potential faith. And you need faith to move through the darkness. It can be faith in your deep self, faith in your allies or mentors, or in a higher power of some kind, doesn't matter. But you need something. The hero's journey reveals this clearly. Without faith, you'll never get past the dark night of the soul. And it is not possible to evolve through the higher levels of performance without hitting a patch, hitting a place where things, you exhaust yourself, where you're empty. If you can connect with past and present positive things, then you can project this into the future and believe that you can move away from your pain, emotional, physical, or financial. Remember always that the meaning of life is to escape pain, embrace joy, and offer service. That you have the right to be joyful. In some ways, you almost have the obligation to protect yourself first, to feel safe. Anyone who ever told you different was trying to control you. If I woke up tomorrow in a life I didn't want, I would do this every hour with a solid morning ritual every morning, or at least I would aim at that. It would be a struggle, trust me, I understand that, because every negative belief and fear in my heart would try to stop me. But I would use those problems to measure my progress. I'd know where I was on the map of accomplishment and living a happy life by whether or not I could keep the positive habits going. To do this, I would need to have faith, or else it would be impossible to look honestly at where I am on the map and to the degree to which my own actions and behaviors are influencing my performance and results. I'd have to believe that the universe or society or whatever make it impossible to succeed. I could not believe that it was me unless I had the faith that I could change. External circumstances, oppression, abuse, whatever, make it harder. But as long as I could find one person, just one person, who was poorer or more oppressed or less intelligent or less physically able, who managed to find their way to health, joy, and success, I would believe I could. And that faith would get me started. And the guilt, blame, or shame that would bubble up trying to stop me, breathe, boys and girls. Breathe. That's your way out of the trap. Believe it. Do it.